From a yoga studio originally founded in 1998 to a $52 billion fashion empire, the origin of Lululemon is a classic grass-to-grace story. You might know the brand today for its quality athleisure and trendy fanny packs. But did you also know that this Canadian company has a higher market cap than H&M, Under Armour, Puma, and even Prada? So how did this company manage to thrive despite multiple controversies and setbacks? Let's get right into it. Chapter 1. The Founding. Lululemon was founded by Dennis "Chip" Wilson. However, this was not the first company he set up. Chip also founded West Beach Snowboard Ltd., which specialized in snowboarding apparel. After realizing that he wasn't being a good father and never really spent quality time with his family, Chip decided to give up on his entrepreneurial journey at age 41 and sold West Beach in 1997. However, he still had this entrepreneurial bug in him, something he called an addiction. One particular day, Chip decided to look for a fitness center. While walking down the street in Vancouver, he saw an advertisement for a yoga class. Yoga was not a popular exercise back then. In his bid to try new things, he joined the class. The class started with 6 participants, with Wilson as the only male participant. Within a month, the class grew to 30 participants. Wilson could not stop thinking about what this could mean. Clearly, yoga was experiencing a rapid growth in popularity. Alongside his discovery, Wilson noticed that people came to class with inappropriate clothing. They wore shabby clothes that Wilson believed weren't good enough. One day, he walked up to the instructor and asked if she was willing to pay more to get a better yoga outfit. She gave Wilson a resounding yes. With this, Wilson was assured that he was on the right track. He also realized that being an awesome dad meant more than sitting on a couch all day. He wanted to be an inspiration to his children. With this in mind, he was more confident to toil the entrepreneurial path once again. What started as a design studio by day and a yoga studio by night soon became a standalone store in November of 2000 on West 4th Avenue in Vancouver's Kitsilano neighborhood. Chapter 2. The Culture. The sporadic growth of Lululemon is mainly attributed to its strong culture centered around purpose, autonomy, mastery, and the health and overall well-being of their employees. In his book titled The Story of Lululemon, Chip Wilson mentions the tough times he had while working with his co-founders at West Beach. It ended up with them taking a landmark course on leadership, which was transformative for the company. Chip recalled how this experience changed their mindsets and led to West Beach escaping bankruptcy. Keeping this in mind, he wanted all his employees at Lululemon to become better leaders. Chip wanted to create an empowering culture positioned around training, personal development, and goal setting. 70% of managers were hired internally. Store managers were also in charge of their store's layout, color coordination, and community involvement. The employees at Lululemon not only had a better understanding of what the company's core values were, but also were better equipped with the tools to perform well. The employees were also called educators and supergirls. While the term supergirls was used to describe retail staff who were knowledgeable about the products and trained in the company's philosophy and values, the term educators was used to describe staff who were specifically trained in yoga and mindfulness practices. Both roles were important in promoting Lululemon's culture and values. Wilson also believed that work, family, and fun should not be separated. Everyone enjoyed working at Lululemon. In fact, in 2018, the company was also recognized as the #1 apparel retailer in Forbes' list of America's best large employers and ranked number 16 overall. Chapter 3. The Growth. Through his past experience, Chip had learned the effectiveness of a vertical production channel, a supply chain where a company controls all aspects of production from raw materials to finished products. This increased efficiency and quality control, as well as potentially lowered costs. Lululemon always had a customer-first approach. They knew who their target customer was, what they wanted, and prioritized their needs in all aspects of the business. Customers were treated with high esteem. This rapidly led to the growth of a loyal customer base. Chip also had the gift for early recognition of trends in the clothing industry. This manifested in the ever-increasing growth of Lululemon. Wilson knew right from the start that his company had the potential for global recognition. Lululemon made use of a variety of materials in the production of their yoga apparel. One of them was their signature fabric, called Luon, a blend of nylon and lycra. This made them stand out from other companies in the apparel industry. They placed a strong emphasis on product durability and quality. With over 350 outlets in the United States, Lululemon accounted for roughly 655 retail locations across the globe in 2022. Another factor that contributed to their growth was the use of a special ambassador-based sales strategy where they offered free clothing, merch, and promotions to yoga experts and instructors in exchange for teaching free classes. This helped spread awareness of the brand among the yoga community and added to the loyal customer base. Lululemon also offered yoga classes at their stores as a way to promote products and create a sense of community among customers. This strategy validated their vision statement: be the experimental brand that ignites a community of people living the sweat life through sweat, grow, and connect. With the increasing demand, Lululemon went public in 2007 and raised $327.6 million by selling 18.2 million shares. Christine Day, a former co-president of Starbucks, became executive vice president, retail operations in 2008. Even though their products were categorized as luxury yoga wear, customers were willing to pay for their products. Despite the high price, Lululemon was at the forefront of the yoga wear collection. Lululemon's net revenue increased from $40.7 million in the fiscal year 2004 to $711.7 million in fiscal 2010, representing a 61% compound annual growth rate. Soon, companies began showing interest in purchasing Lululemon. For Wilson, this was a sign that his company was a threat to these larger companies. He relented, and in August 2014, sold 13.85% of his ownership in Lululemon to Advent International for $845 million. Chapter 4. The Controversies. Alongside its growth, Lululemon also faced several controversies and challenges. In 2013, Lululemon had to recall approximately 17% of all women's pants sold in its stores after customers complained that their products were too sheer and were falling apart after a few uses. The company acknowledged the issue and took steps to address it, including changing their manufacturing processes and quality control standards. The recall not only affected its financial results but also forced the departure of the Executive Vice President of General Merchandise Management and Sourcing, Cherie Watterson, and the Chief Executive Officer, Christine Day. Lululemon's founder, Chip Wilson, was also criticized for his shaming and insensitive remarks about overweight yoga practitioners. He once said that some women's bodies just didn't work for the brand's leggings, and claimed manufacturing sizes above a 12 was too expensive to be worth it. Lululemon apologized for Wilson's remarks and took steps to promote body positivity and inclusivity in their marketing and products. Wilson was also engulfed in controversy after making comments that child labor in developing countries was ethical. Lululemon was also accused of non-diversity. Chip Wilson once told the New York Times that Lululemon's ideal customer is a 32-year-old professional single woman named Ocean who makes $100,000 a year. He also added that she is engaged, has her own condo, is traveling, fashionable, and has an hour and a half to work out a day. According to Wilson, Ocean is not the perfect muse because she's relatable to women, but because she's aspirational. Lululemon apologized to its customers and soon included male wear in their production. Wilson was also criticized when he said he found it funny with the way the Japanese pronounced Lululemon. Many saw this as culturally insensitive. However, Wilson had named the company Lululemon because he believed that it would attract a larger market for its products. Japanese investors were looking to invest in American products. The name Lululemon didn't really mean anything but simply made the company sound more American. In fact, the company's logo is the letter A, supposedly a reference to the company's originally intended name, Athletically Hip. In 2013, as the company made its third consecutive appearance on Fortune's fastest-growing companies list, Chip Wilson resigned from being chairperson at Lululemon and handed the position over to the president of Tom's Shoes, Laurent Potvin, who took over as CEO. In 2015, Chip also stepped down from the board of directors at Lululemon. However, the company's growth continued, and it delivered revenue of $2.3 billion in the fiscal 2016, representing top-line growth of 14%. Chapter 5. As of today, Lululemon continues to expand its product offerings and prioritize quality and innovation. As of 2023, Lululemon has also expanded to other countries, including but not limited to China, South Korea, Australia, New Zealand, Singapore, Japan, France, and Germany. In June 2020, at the peak of the at-home fitness bonanza, Lululemon acquired Mirror for $500 million. The idea was to offer yoga practitioners an interactive workout platform that included a mirror-like device and a subscription service with live and on-demand classes. The company believed that people would continue to exercise at home even after the COVID pandemic ended and gyms reopened. However, this quickly turned from a promising acquisition to a concerning piece of Lululemon's core operations. The company will stop selling the device toward the end of 2023 after it struck a 5-year partnership with Peloton. Peloton will become the digital fitness content provider for Lululemon, and Lululemon will become the primary athletic apparel partner for Peloton. Although changes have been made in leadership over the years, Lululemon has held on to its position in the clothing industry. In 2022, the size of the global activewear market was valued at approximately $319 billion. This market value is projected to rise to approximately $450 billion by 2028. With rising international and direct-to-consumer sales and a 3-year compound annual growth rate of approximately 26% as of 2022, Lululemon is forecasted to have a much higher sales base and earnings potential in the years ahead. That's all from us today. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please make sure to like the video and subscribe. For now, until the next one.